Hey guys, what's up? So, have you ever felt that that your product is not as good as you think it is, or do you look at your product or whatever you made and you feel, oh man, nobody's gonna like this or nobody's gonna love this, and do you feel that maybe this idea whatever I have is not good enough, and maybe you're sitting on an idea, you're thinking about going forward with it, but you keep thinking that maybe I should like not do it. So today we're going to talk about being embarrassed by your first product. So I'm an architect and I deal with designing. Design is a big part of my life. In fact, I've like spent a lot of time researching design thinking, and it comes down to three concepts, right? Yeah. Well, the first part of it is like you having a concept, like an idea that you already have. Uh, you know, which where did you start? Like with that idea. Next comes a case study, like you see if anybody else has done it, and finally, the most important part is called prototyping. If you see my YouTube channel, I've been assigned as um, I've been like testing my design thinking on this, making like I have a basic concept that my videos are gonna be a certain way of me speaking, because it sort of fits with my personality. At the same time, it's gonna have like a prototype, as in each video that I put up is a prototype, and I'm like keep iterating on it to make it better. But here comes a problem. Like, hey, like I'm not going to be able to create a perfect product. Like, what do you mean? I need to like, why am I posting it like this? So the point is, uh, you post it in such a way that like even if you're embarrassed by it, you go for it. Like the internet is like, though once it's on the internet, it's there forever unless you like delete it. However, I would like say that you're basically burying your mistakes the more you post, because whatever you posted recently will be always on top. So and like people who come later, and they want to see like how you have progressed, and they're on the same place as you are right now. They come and look at your previous work and they'll be like, whoa, this guy started like this. Maybe someday, like if I like the work that I put in, I'll also reach the same level. It can be done. So that's how when I saw Mr. Beast's earlier videos, I saw PewDiePie's earlier videos, I had this, oh, like this is how they started and now that's where they are. So what I got to do is I got to like streamline this process, and that's where the idea of making 1,000 videos uh, like each day consecutively came in, and it's been working for my Instagram account as well. uh, but today, more than that, I would actually like to talk to you about what is the framework behind this. Like, what is this? Almost like a psychological expression about this. So, to that, right, I'm going to be using my favorite, you know, I think it will be more of a teaching aid at this point because I've been like mentioning about this so much. Jordan Peterson's Land of Meaning, brought to oops, life. Hold on, what am I doing? Uh, Sorry, folks. I'm right back. Okay, sorry about that. So let me quickly make myself put myself out of the way. Oh, oops. This Yeah. So again, why do I bring back Jordan B. Peterson's Land of Meaning back again? Is I want to talk to you about this interesting book called He, the Psychology of Masculinity. Okay, of the masculine. So let's just say that the artistic creative part of like it's like it's like a flux between not even a flux, more of a flow between like masculine and feminine energies. Okay, let's just consider that is what is happening, like in a psychological way. Let's just assume that even though we don't have full information. So when you see the this for those of you who don't know, who have not seen my previous videos, this is like a framework for how the world looks like to people. So in a book called The Three Laws of Performance by Dave Logan and Steve Zaffron. Um, The first law of performance is how the world people perform according to how the world occurs to them, how it looks like to them. So the land of meaning, this illustrated framework is merely a metaphor. Okay, it's just like how would you put this, like a representation of the psyche, as in your psychological landscape. So people who are more likely to be open to new experiences, such as creative people, who rank high in those spectrum, they are able, like to them, this they were able to imagine, like how this would play out. So this is the land of meaning is supposed to reflect as if it's a forum for action, as in this is where you are acting, this is where you be, live, and act. So it'll make more sense. So the the archetype that I'm gonna like be exploring right now is called uh, Parsifal and his quest for the Holy Grail. So Parsifal means a holy fool. So there's a saying, right? Like the fool is the precursor to the hero. So even in startup culture, it's like stay hungry, stay foolish. Like it is not a coincidence, because to do something like following your ideas is a very foolish thing to do. With I mean foolish thing in the sense that there is no hope for success. I mean no hope for success, high hopes for success. Like it's a very risky thing you're doing. And in the story of Parsifal and Quest for the Holy Grail, it's a story about like a country boy, almost like he's naive and he blunders his way through life. So the story starts actually in the bottom of this aspirant steps. Parsifal looks at the first time these royal knights who are like in armor, and their horses are with livery, and they totally enrapture him, and he wants to become a knight, so he starts following them. Uh, so before all that, like the book, the psychology of the masculine explores the story to a great extent, and the central idea of the story is the story of the Fisher King. The Fisher King is a part of your psyche, that is when you consider a masculine psyche, it's something that has been uh, like wounded, almost like the Fisher King in the story of Parsifal is wounded. And where you would put him is like in this land of meaning place, you would put him here. See, father's execution, and you see this king's tomb. So here is a father's execution and king's tomb are archetypes, like which is the opposite of a stereotype. A stereotype is like something that's copied again and again. It's a copy of a copy. But an archetype is coming from the source. It's like something you're being used by. A stereotype would be like something that's repeated along, and just you get what a stereotype is. It's not even like a positive thing. Like an archetype though is like something you're playing that role. So you have the role of the king, and you have the role of the father, which is like something about protection, and king is also protecting the whole kingdom. The king is the father of the kingdom, right? So something of that level. So what happens to the Fisher King is he becomes wounded in the first part of the story. By like there are various ways in different versions he gets wounded in different ways, but how it gets reflected on the psyche is something in the world is, or the psyche is something is not right. And like the wounded Fisher King is at the starting stage of anybody's development. Like here, like it's focused on the masculine, but considering that an artist, we are going through an artist journey. Like there was always this one point where you were like displaying your artistic creativity, and like you were struck down by somebody of an authority or something like that. So that's like called a Fisher King wound. In my in my case, it was a time when in architecture school my portfolio got rejected, and I had to like redo my work. It was like a Fisher King wound. So I'm like constantly trying to like outdo myself, or prove to people that I'm smart enough. So those are like some of the psychological mechanisms that come from your past. So, okay, like we are mixing a lot of Jungian archetypes and design theory here, but there's a purpose for it. So, being embarrassed by your first product is like almost like you're climbing the competence mountain, okay? and you are like, you keep blundering yourself, like tripping and stumbling, but you keep getting closer and closer to your main goal. So so uh, one final thing I want to leave you with, it's like a mountain with no top. All right. You need, what you're aiming for is mastery, and when you're trying out something towards achieving your goals, like it could be anything that you have chosen, any domain that you've chosen. Like, let's just say this YouTube thing for now. So right now, if you can see the time that I'm spending, and what I think should happen is, it's this is what the green line, that every time I put on a video, it should linearly improve itself. Like, if I get 2 likes for this video, the next video should get 4 likes or whatever. Like, I'm expecting that. Like, that's how I am uh, moving forward. See, I've posted 96 videos so far, and it has not been getting any like following or likes or acknowledgement, whatever it is. So those are my expectations, and being disappointed about it, and stopping my 1000 a day goal, which I may add, like, I did give up on this, and I'm bringing it back up. So I am currently in the valley of disappointment. Like, this is it. Like, um to be the valley of disappointment is like, you can't expect any like feedback or like acknowledgement, currently not much. Okay, like, but once you reach this inflection point, this tipping point which I'm pointing towards, like where the green and the orange meet, that's you're halfway there. Okay, like, once a decimal point, in like an exponential function, reaches a whole number, it only takes 20 doublings for that exponential function to reach a million. So this is what actually happens. So this is the plateau of latent potential. You, for the results to like get kicked, you need to reach a level of critical mass, uh, where it becomes self-sustained, or you need to have reach that escape velocity. So great, like two metaphors from physics, that should like lead the day. So thank you for watching, and for any other creative stuff that you want to like explore, please let me know. And